So we are going to be doing double pleat Bubu. So for this style you will need twice the person's gown length measurements, but in this case this person just gave me 3 yards, and meaning I'm going to have to join the shoulder. Otherwise you don't need to join the shoulder. But this is what I will do. I'll divide these 3 yards into 2 like this, so that I can take it back to my machine. I'll join it to make it twice the length. Okay, so I'm just going to slit here. The length of this is by 60. It's a Duchess fabric, so the length is by 60. So I'm going to slice it into 2 equal half, so that it's now be 1.5, 1.5. Okay, I think if she gave me more than 3 yards, you don't have to join it, so the shoulder will be on fold. All right, but since she gave me 3 yards, we have to go ahead and slice it, then we can join it. So we have joined it together. So the next thing we are going to do now is you fold it into 4 like this. Here is unfold. Here also we already joined it such that we can just say it's unfold as well here. Okay, first off, you measure the length you want for the center back to your desired sleeve length, because it's Bubu. Hers is 16, so you measure the 16. Okay, you measure the 16 like this. Then the next is to determine the width of the pleats. Okay, so if you want your pleats to be, let's say 3 inches, that means you are adding extra 6 inches. So you add extra 6 inches. Since it's double pleat, so 6 inches into 2 places. Almost this one no ratio. No allowance, no nothing here. Which magic do they want me to perform now? So let's do 5, 5. So we'll do 5, 5 for the pleat, so that by the time we bend it into 2, it's going to be 2.5. Okay, so you measure 5, and then you also measure another 5 since it's 2 pleats. Then your seam allowance, you can do 2. All right, but I'll just do this half. It's half that is left here, so we'll make use of that half. Okay, next, to determine where the position of your pleat, all right, the position where you want the pleat to be. So I just put this structure so that we can understand how much we are adding to the desired sleeve length. All right, so the pleat is starting around the shoulder. Pleat is starting at the tip of the shoulder. Can you see? So you measure our shoulder divided by 2 minus the width of the pleat. Okay, 19 divided by 2, that is 9.25, and we want the first pleat to end at that shoulder tip like this, meaning you minus 2.5 from that 9.25. So this is okay, let me explain again. The shoulder is shoulder, you know, from one bone to the other bone is 19. So if you divide that by 2, that will be 9.5. Okay, that's 9.5. Okay, so that's 9.5. And we said we want the pleat unfold. You know, by the time you finish sewing the pleat, it should be 2.5. So that 2.5, you remove it from that 9.5. That will remain. Thank you. So 9.5 minus 2.5. That will be 7. Meaning you measure 7 here. Sorry. So you measure from here. You measure 7. All right. 7 like this. So this is where the first pleat is starting from. So you measure the width of the pleat now, which is that's 5, because by the time you sew it will be 2.5. So you measure the 5 like this. Hope it's not complicated. Like this, so that when you are sewing it, it will be like this. So the first pleat is starting here. You can see it's going to be like this. So you determine the position you put in the next pleat, which should be like 2.5 away again. All right, so I'm coming. Let me roll this one all the way down so that you guys can understand it. So the next thing, you measure distance of 2.5 like this. Then you roll it straight down again. So from here again, you measure the width of the second pleat, which is also 5. So you measure 5 now. 5 from this new line that I rolled. 5, another 5. I need stay. So this same shock now, I'll transfer it to this other side. Transfer the shock to the 4 sides, okay? You know this fabric I'm using is very soft, so I'm going to fuse that pleated part with my interfacing. So I'll determine the neck width and also the neck depth. So I want the neck width to be 4 inches. So the neck depth also, let's do 4 by 4 because it's going to have slits in front. So 4 by 4. You know the back neck is not going to be this low, so let's make the back neckline to be 2 inches. So the front is going to have slits, 3.5 for the slits. So by the time I'm done cutting, I'll just slit here. So I cut off the back neckline. So I'm going to flip the one inside out. Then for the front, I told you I'm going to be slitting it. So you slit it this way. Can you see? So next is to cut facing for this. Since the shoulder is already having joining, I think it's better to just make the facing to have joining so that it can be easy. So I'll go ahead, I'll trace the neckline. So this is the front neckline facing. Can you see? Then I'll also cut the back facing. So this is the facing for the back neckline. So you ensure you fuse it with your interfacing. So this is the facing for the back, as you can see. Yeah, this is the one for the front part. So the first step is for you to fuse it with your interfacing, then you go ahead and finish the neckline with the facing. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to turn the neckline with the facing. So you make sure you turn your fabric to the good side so that you can position the lining right side to right side, okay? Can you see? So you just sew it around the neckline like so. So I'm done attaching the facing, so I'll just notch the neckline. I'll cut it close to my seam, but I won't cut my seam. Then I'll turn the facing to the good side and then I'll iron it. Then we can start creating the pleats. So I'll go ahead, I'll iron the neckline. So I'll turn it to the wrong side, so I'll iron it. I'll also do the same thing to the back. I'll iron it, then I'll join the shoulder back. All right.
So I put hemming gum in between the facing and the dress. So
Done with the facing. So the next thing now is to create my pleats. So this is how you go about the pleats. No, we already marked where we want it to be, so I'll just fold it this way. You see. Then I'll iron it and I'll take to my machine. I'll run my stitch from beginning to the end. Don't forget it's 2.5 inches that we're using for the pleats, okay?
So for it to be very easy for me, I make sure I iron it from one end to the other end. Then after that, I push in pins so that it can hold it in place for me while I sew. Okay.
Measure 2.5 inches and I'll sew it all the way to the hemline on the other side, okay? Okay, so I've stitched this side down. Can you see? So I've stitched this part down. So the next is to create the next pleat, which is here. All right, so the same way you fold it again into two like this. So you fold it into two again like this, and then you iron.
Then you also put in your pin to hold it in place for you.
So I'll go back now from the beginning again. I'll run my stitch all the way to the other side.
I'm done creating the pleats on the two sides of the dress.
So this is how it's looking from the wrong side. Because my because my interfacing was a little wider than the pleats when I was gluing it, so that's why you have those SS white lines, which I'm going to remove later. So this one is just like this after sewing it, and I've also weaved here and I've weaved the down part. When you're weaving the down part or whatever thing you are doing to the down part, make sure the pleat is facing the right direction, okay? So the next thing I will do now is just for me to match them on top of each other, right side to right side, and close the side, okay? But before then, I want to attach this piece that I'm going to be using to decorate the neck area.
So I place the panel I'm going to be using to decorate the neck area on top of it like this. Then I trace out the shape of the neckline. When you're doing this, you have to be careful so that you don't cut your neckline. You know, you already finished the neckline with the facing. Okay, so just cut off the excess like this. Then after that, I use my glue, fabric glue, to just glue the two of them together like this. You have to be generous with the glue. Then when you're putting the glue, you have to be careful again so that you don't stain your fabric. Okay, so when you're done, just use your hand to press them together and allow it to dry. So the next thing is just to match them together like this. Match front and back together, right side facing right side. Then from the top, you measure the length of the nipple point line. Then at that point, you're going to go in by 1 inch. So from that 1 inch, you're going to sew it all the way down to where you want the side slit to be at the hemline. Okay. So I'm going to start stitching from that nipple point line all the way down to where I want the side slit to be. When I reach that point, I'm going to backstitch and stop. And I'll also repeat the same step to the second side. Starting from the nipple point line, you sew with 1 inch all the way down to where you want the slit to be. Alright, so I'm done stitching the side. So the next thing now is to hem the sleeve opening. So just fold 1 inch in to the wrong side like this, the way you see me doing it here. Then you iron it. Then after that, you put your hemming gum in between it so that it can stay together. Okay, so just put your hemming gum and then you iron it like this. Make sure you repeat the same step to the second side. So you move on to the slit at the two sides. So you just fold 1 inch inward, then you put your hemming gum and iron it. You will also do the same thing to the hemline of the dress. For the hemline, I decided to just stitch it down. So I just fold it with the number of allowance I did and I stitch it instead of putting hemming gum. But at the side, I put my hemming gum and I finish the slit with the hemming gum as well as the sleeve opening. Okay. And yeah, that's the end of the class. Here's the outcome of my dress. It looks so beautiful and I love it. I also went ahead, I embellish it with mirror. They call it mirror applique. So that's what I just tack all over the body.